Hi everyone, my name is Heather and I'm the person behind Happy Puppy Truffles. Today I wanted to share with you guys the last in my series of items that you need to make an awesome bento if you wanted to buy all the parts at DAISO and only have to spend 100 yen each. There's 7 things that I picked that I think are essential parts to having a good Japanese boxed lunch. This does not involve food. This is simply the box and the items that you need to carry everything in it. And if you get all these pieces, you'll have everything that most people will use when they bring their boxed lunch to school or work. So kind of a chance to show you guys what all the different weird things are used for if you happen to come here and visit and you're sort of overwhelmed with all the things that you can buy. This hopefully will give you a little idea of what some of the things are for. The last thing I'm sharing with you guys today is this lunch box wrap. Now, this might also sometimes be referred to as a furoshiki. It's a special kind of fabric that's used for wrapping up things when you bring them places. So we use this a lot for bento, of course. We also use it if you're bringing food to somebody's house, bringing somebody a casserole, bringing somebody some fresh fruit, any of those kinds of things, you wrap it in furoshiki always. That's the way to bring it and deliver to somebody. So that's kind of a big part of culture in Japan to have. You don't just show up with something, you wrap it up in some way before you present it to them. It's just more polite and it looks pretty, so I love doing that. You can just buy really large handkerchiefs and use those, which if you'd like, you know, that's something I usually do when I have some really pretty ones lying around that I just don't use. I use them as a furoshiki to wrap up some bentos sometimes. So this one happens to match some of the other stuff that I have in my series for the bento. And I wanted to show you guys just how it all goes together. I kind of took this off already, but this is what it looks like. It's basically just a nice big long piece. And ideally too, with this kind of particular one, you then can use it as a luncheon mat so that you can place it down like a placemat before you eat. So you would put this out and enjoy your meal. So to show you guys though how this works, basically if you have the this furoshiki or this lunch wrap kind of sitting down, and then we have our bento box here that I showed you guys the other day, and inside your bento box you probably have one of these cute little sauce packs because you need sauce, and you've probably put all your yummy food in here, your onigiri and stuff, and maybe one of these guys here on the side to have some tasty you know, karaage chicken in there or something like that. So that's my finished bento box. Very, very tasty looking, right? And you have everything wrapped, sealed up in here. You can fill this to the brim with food. Lots of times we wind up doing that. You know, it's really kind of a tight fit to get everything in there. And then you want to have your chopsticks. And I usually put this like this, or you can put this in at the end too. I'll show you guys how to do that if you want to do it that way too. But you have your box sitting here, and then you just tie it from opposite sides, and you want to kind of pull it all the way out deep into itself like that, and then you do this side too. And at this point you could choose to put this in the middle if you wanted. And you just really pull it tight, and then you make this a double knot, and you've got a perfectly tied bento box. And there's no chance of this opening or popping open in any way. You have a nice secure way to keep everything. And it's really nice and useful for that purpose. And a lot of times we don't usually use this. Sometimes we'll use it with the kids really young, like, you know, kindergarten age kids. But a lot of times their bento box has this nice little snap system so that you know you've got a secure closed kind of bento. Sometimes, you know, they have the luncheon mat, but we don't usually tie it like a furoshiki on there. It's just the luncheon mat that goes in a bag to keep with you so that you can eat. So then you'd put all of this inside your bag, and you'd put this in the base, and you'd also include, of course, your wet towel box as well on the side here. And then you are ready to go with a completed bento. And then when it's time to eat, you just take everything out. You have your towel on the side and your bento out as well, and it just gets untied. And there's really not, I don't know, maybe there's some manner way of how to set this all up, but you flip it over obviously so that you're eating on the right side, and You have your chopsticks. These always go pointing to the left, and then you're ready to enjoy your meal. And you usually just set this to the side, and then you can enjoy. And that's usually what you do. So those are the steps of what you need for a good bento. And if you're interested, I know a lot of people like the idea when they come here that they can, you know, pick up one of these for themselves, because it's just so many cute varieties. Definitely something you guys should look forward to getting if you come here. And DAISO is such a great way to get your hands on a lot of cute stuff. Like, you would not normally be able to buy all this stuff for that price. You know, I got all of these pieces for 700 yen when just the, you know, just this right here, the mat itself could be 700 yen. The box is usually 1,200 yen maybe. Chopsticks is probably 600 or 700, 800 yen depending on how many and what kind and what brand they are. These guys are usually 300 or 400 yen. The little bags are 500 to 1,000 yen depending. So you really start, you know, looking at easily spending $50 for a complete set. And this is a complete set for just under $10, which is great. So something to think about if you guys are visiting and you're interested. I'll have some more fun things to share with you guys in the days to come. Thanks again always so much for watching.